Lincoln High School caught fire on December 13th, 1985. 37 students and their teacher were trapped in room 213. The doors were locked. The windows were sealed. No one survived. The school was condemned. But every night at midnight, the lights in room 213 flicker on. Jake did not believe in ghosts. When his friends dared him to spend the night in Lincoln High, he laughed. "Easy money," he said. "Just an old building with a sad history." He climbed through a broken window at 11 p.m. He had 1 hour before midnight, before the class began. The hallways were frozen in 1985. Lockers still held books. Posters advertised a dance that never happened. Jake walked past classroom after classroom, all empty, all dark, all waiting. His footsteps echoed too loudly, and sometimes, when he stopped walking, the echoes continued. Jake found room 213 at the end of the hall. The door was blackened by fire. The walls around it were scorched, but through the small window, Jake could see desks arranged in perfect rows, untouched by flame, as if the fire had never reached inside, as if something protected the room. Jake's phone showed midnight exactly. The lights in room 213 flickered on. He pressed his face to the window. The desks were no longer empty. The students sat in perfect rows. They held pencils over notebooks. They stared at the front of the room, at the teacher writing on the blackboard. Mr. Crane turned from the blackboard. His suit was burned. Half his face was scarred. His glasses were cracked. But he smiled at his class with genuine warmth. "Good evening, students," he said. "Let us continue where we left off." He had been teaching the same lesson for 40 years. The door to room 213 swung open. Mr. Crane looked directly at Jake. "Ah," he said, "a new student. Please, come in, take a seat. The lesson is just beginning." Jake tried to run, but his legs would not move. He walked into the classroom against his will. Jake sat at an empty desk. A notebook appeared before him. A pencil rolled into his hand. The students around him did not look at him. They stared at Mr. Crane. They took notes continuously. Their hands never stopped moving. They had been taking notes for 40 years. Mr. Crane wrote on the blackboard, but the words made no sense. Equations that looped into themselves. History that never happened. Science that violated every law. The lesson was wrong. It was all wrong. But the students kept writing, and Jake felt his hand start to move. The girl next to Jake finally looked at him. Her face was burned on one side. "We cannot stop," she whispered. "He will not let us. We've been here since the fire. We keep learning, forever learning. But we never graduate. We never leave. And now Neither will you. Jake saw it in the girl's eyes. The truth. The fire was not an accident. Mr. Crane had said it himself. He loved teaching too much to let his students go. If he could not teach them alive, he would teach them dead. Forever. The perfect class that would never end. Jake tried to stand. His legs would not respond. He tried to drop the pencil. His fingers would not open. He tried to scream. His voice would not come. Mr. Crane smiled at him kindly. There is no leaving during class, young man. You should know better. Now, pay attention. A bell rang, but it was not the class bell. It was Jake's phone, his alarm. He had set it for 1 a.m., a safety measure. The sound cut through the room. The students flinched. Mr. Crane frowned. "What is that noise?" he demanded. "It is disruptive. Turn it off immediately." The alarm gave Jake strength. Real-world sounds. Real-world connection. He forced his fingers open. The pencil fell. He forced his legs to move. He stood up. Mr. Crane's face twisted with rage. "Sit down," he commanded. "Class is not dismissed." But Jake was already running. Jake ran through the door, but the hallway had changed. Every door now led to room 213. Every turn brought him back to the classroom. Mr. Crane's voice echoed everywhere. You cannot leave school grounds. You cannot skip class. You will learn. You will stay forever. Jake found the window he had climbed through. It was still open, but between him and the window stood Mr. Crane and all 37 students. "You are part of my class now," Mr. Crane said. "You will learn with us forever." Jake had one chance. He charged straight through them. The ghosts grabbed at Jake with cold hands. Their whispers filled his ears. "Stay with us, stay with us." But Jake did not stop. He dove through the window, through the reaching hands, through the endless whispers. He hit the ground outside and kept running. He did not look back. Jake ran until dawn. When the sun rose, he finally stopped. He was 3 miles from the school. His notebook was gone. His pencil was gone. But his right hand ached, and when he looked at it, he saw words appearing on his palm, written in his own handwriting. The lesson continuing. Jake never returned to Lincoln High, but every night at midnight, his hand starts writing. Notes from Mr. Crane's lesson. Homework that never ends. He wears gloves now. He bandages his hand, but the words still appear. He is still part of the class. He will always be part of the class. Lincoln High still stands. The lights still flicker on at midnight. Room 213 still holds class. And every year, a few curious souls sneak inside. Most of them come back out. Most of them. But some stay. Some become permanent students. Class is always in session. Sweet dreams.